Welcome to the Poppy and Prim podcast. My name is Laramie and I will be your host today. I'm coming to you from just outside East Lansing, Michigan, where I live with my husband and our two daughters, Lily and Olive. Lily is 4 and Olive will be 1 on Saturday. Big birthday. So, it has been a long time since I podcasted. I cannot even remember. And yeah, we just moved. If you're new to the podcast, we used to live in Kansas. We just moved about a month ago, a little over a month ago. My husband's getting his master's degree at Michigan State. So we just moved here and we're getting settled and into a routine. And yeah, you might hear Lily. She's I'm in our guest bedroom. She's up on this bed watching YouTube videos. And Olive's taking a nap, so hopefully I can get this done before she wakes up, because I have been using all the excuses to not podcast because I have, kids and we're getting into a routine and my husband's getting in a routine, and so I've just been making excuse after excuse after excuse, and I don't want to be making excuses anymore. This was one of my goals for the year and I've been doing a really bad job at it. So I'm just gonna do it. No questions, we're gonna do it. And yeah, so hopefully this video setup is okay. I'm actually using my vlogging camera. Funny I say vlogging camera because I don't really vlog, but I'm using my vlogging camera instead of my DSLR, just because that just adds to the time it takes for me to do this. So I'm just using my vlogging camera, and hopefully sound and everything is okay. You probably can hear her videos a little bit, but whatevs. So yeah, I'm gonna just continue with a little update on our lives, and then I'll get into the knitting because I've got a lot, because it's been I can't even remember how many months. So yeah, we moved a month ago. My husband started to get into his research. He's getting his master's in entomology, which is bugs, and his research is organic agriculture based. So he went right into his research, and he pretty much works like a 40-hour-a-week job. So that's different. He used to be home a lot more with we'd split time with me working, because we moved from Kansas. I had to quit my job. I used to run a baking business. I closed my baking business. And we used to split our time a lot differently. But now we don't. I'm home. So I'm looking for a little part-time job. But yeah, the girls and I are just spending a lot of time together. We pretty much have everything moved in. Like I said, I'm in our little guest bedroom. And yeah, this is also my crafting closet. So all my yarn and my sewing machine and everything is in this closet. So it just kind of made sense. Here's my tub of stash. Yeah, we're doing good. My mom was here last weekend. I had a birthday, so I have a huge acquisition segment. But I had a birthday, and so I used pretty much people just give me money, because that's what people do when you get to be old. I'm not old, but the older you get, I feel like the more people just give you money, and that's fine with me, because that just means I got to hit up. We have some really cool local yarn stores that I've been kind of checking out, and I'll talk a little bit about those later. But one of them was having their semi-annual sale, and so I hit it big with sale yarn. So yeah, but let's go ahead and just get into the knitting. Oh, I'm drinking coffee. I kicked my Dr. Pepper habit last week, and so I've been drinking a little bit more coffee, a little bit more tea, but I haven't had a Dr. Pepper in a week, and that's pretty good. It hasn't been as hard as I thought it would, because I really like Dr. Pepper, but I just need to, I didn't want to rely on it anymore. I always kind of used it as this emotional crutch for having a hard afternoon. I'd be like, oh, I just need a Dr. Pepper. And so I would go and get one, and I didn't want to have that anymore. I just needed to stop. So I drink a little bit more coffee, a little bit more tea. today I'm drinking coffee. This is my Debbie Bliss. Yeah, Debbie Bliss stockinette mug. And I love it. It's one of my favorites. So. Alright, so I have a few of those. So I'm going to go with those first. I test knit this for Mina from the Knitting Expat. This is her Parisian Dreams sweater. And I got to test knit it. It is a beautiful lace sweater pattern. I knit this out of the colorway is Moldy Peaches by, can't remember, I will look it up and it will be in here. Won't be here. But this was such a fun test. This was actually my first whole completed sweater and I loved every second of it. It's like the perfect like spring summer sweater. It's, you know, fingering weight, small needles. I knit the smallest size. I'm pretty small, but if I had to do it again, I probably would go one size up. The sleeves are a bit short. I knit them exactly, but they're more like 3/4 length sleeves on me, which is fine. I really like it, just the way it is. But yeah, so there is a Parisian Dreams. I don't really have much else to say. I was pretty proud of myself. I didn't screw up on the lace section except for maybe one spot. And it wasn't even like that big of a deal. And I didn't go back and fix it. And I still, you wouldn't be able to find it. I can't find it. So yeah, there's that. It's a big FO. I decided to test it like while we were moving. Terrible idea. And I got really sick. I was really sick for like a whole month. Right before I moved, I just could not kick this, and so it's probably also why I stopped broadcasting. I don't know, I'm just gonna stop making excuses. Anyway, my next FO is, this is the Walk the Block MCAL, it's a mystery knit along, for Risen Knits, Cassandra Rosardi, is one of actually my very best friends. We've been friends for like 7.5 years. Her husband actually officiated my husband and I's wedding. We asked him to officiate our wedding. So we have been friends for a really long time. And she was doing a mystery knit along, although I did actually see it before it was finished. So it wasn't completely a mystery to me, but it was still so much fun. She collaborated with 6 and 7 Fibers and Beautiful Sister project bags, and so I actually ordered 6 and 7 Fibers, her mini set that they did this collaboration with, and I did it pretty much exactly, and it was so much fun. So this was like week 1 up until this yellow part. It's got these like almost like sunshine rays. I love it. Oh my goodness. And then here was week 2. All these, whoa, something's falling. Yellow and teal. And then it's got this like gray-ish speckly one. Here's, this was week 3. This one, this was week 4 back down here. The only thing that I did a little different, I casted this section on outside in the dark. Son and I were sitting on our porch. I didn't realize that I casted on the wrong color, so I just did this little section right here. And then so at the end I was supposed to use that purple, that violet color, and I ended up just using the same color that I had missed out on. I used it there. So nothing major. I still need to block it. I don't have blocking mats, so I kind of just don't block stuff very often. I use a yoga mat from time to time. I just kind of forgot that I didn't block it yet. But it was so much fun. I loved every single section so much. It was just so much fun. I will definitely knit another one. I want to do one in like maybe like 3 or 4 colors, and see how that goes. But I love it. These are all my colors. I will post a picture. I actually, my birthday was last weekend, not last weekend, the weekend before last, July 7th, and my husband and I, my mom was in town, she kept the girls, and we got to go out with Brian and Cassandra and I matched in our scarves. She considers it a scarf. It's a little wide scarf. But yeah, I'll post a picture of us together. So yeah, those are my FOs. Oh, I have one more. Yes, this is a big one. It's not quite finished because I still have to weave in the ends, but I did block it. My boxy's done. I casted this on New Year's Day, and after I finished my my walk the block, I was like, I'm not knitting a single thing until this boxy is done. And I had like maybe 3 more inches of the body, and then the neck, and you know, I was like, yeah, somewhere in the body, and then I finally got to split for the sleeves, and I just was like, I'm not doing a single thing. I'm not doing anything. I love it, and I washed it in Tuft Woolen's Chai Spice. Oh, it smells so good. So yeah, I'm still weaving in ends. It's not very easy to weave in ends with a baby because she always like is reaching for my needles and stuff, but I'm gonna finish that, and then I'm gonna wear so much. It was miles and miles and miles of stockinette. But I think I'm gonna love having it in my wardrobe so much that it's gonna be more than worth it. Will I knit another one? Probably not. But who knows? I may love wearing it enough that I would actually do it again. Because it was a really good like car knit, you know, stuff. It was nice to just like have it. But it was essentially like knitting on Sleeve Island for a giant forever. Because it's so just like oversized. And I love the yarn. The yarn is Hugh Loco's Brooklyn. And it's so soft. I did have a little bit of trouble with it, like bleeding onto my finger when I would knit. But it didn't really have any problems like when I washed it. There wasn't like that much, you know, dye in the water or whatever. But my husband was like, "What'd you do to your finger?" I'm like, "It's just really hard." I've heard that sometimes it has to do with like your body's pH. So, yeah, but I loved every second of knitting on this, and I can't wait to just like be able to wear it all the time because it's like not super hot here. It's like in the 80s, but not as hot as it is in Kansas. But I probably won't get a lot of wear. Oh, I have little ends that I was weaving in. So yeah, there you go, 3 FOs. It's pretty exciting. I also have a half object. My hoe. I finished one of my Valentine's Day socks. But I cast it on in February and I still haven't finished. I almost frogged them, but then I just liked the fabric of the sock so much I was like, I can't frog it. I knit this little heart into the heel. I can't see it, it's not very easy to show. But I started the second one. So where's that? Yeah, so there's my hoe. I also have another sock. I'm not really in a sock mojo mood right now, so I'm not really knitting on them very much. I know I will get back into sock knitting mojo, but today is just not the day. I have another one that like, oh, okay, so that's a picture. Oh, okay, so I essentially just have to put in a heel on this one. which is silly. I could do this like in one episode of Queer Eye for the Street Guy. My husband and I have been watching the new Queer Eye on Netflix. So good. If you don't watch it, you should, because it's so good. But yeah, I just need to put a heel on that one because those one's done. I do the Kirby Werby afterthought heel. And I really like it. I like the way it fits my heel a lot. So, and that's perfect for self-stroking iron. I thought I still needed to put a toe in on this one. Looks like I didn't, but that'll be done soon. And then I can knit a whole nother pair. Sometimes I wish I could buy just 50 grams because I never use a whole 100 grams. Ever. Never, never. So yeah, those are my sock whips. My next whip is, oh, I got it zipped up. I have been keeping a lot of my projects in the podcast. We cloth diaper, and I keep a lot of my projects just in our wet bags. I really like they're waterproof. I have kids, so like things get spilled all the time. There's always water everywhere. So I use them a lot. Got socks in this lot. Yeah. Nothing super fancy. I do have my Hippo project bag from Lolo Did It, because that was of those. My Valentine's Day socks were in her Hippo for Valentine's Day colorway. So I keep my Hippo colorways in my Hippo bag. It's got hippos with beads on it. It's cute. Okay, so I have been kind of knitting through my stash. I don't want to be casting on all the things. It just has been causing me a lot of anxiety to like have a bunch of stuff. So I have actually just been knitting on like my things. Stuff that I have sitting in project bags, or like stuff I have yarn for that I had already planned for. Because I'm kind of someone that just like, for the most part, I buy for specific projects. And normally I knit pretty monogamously on those projects. I got a little crazy and casted on a bunch of things, and now I'm like regretting that because I'm not finishing anything. So I actually recast on the fading, it's the pullover, the fading Andrew Mallory's pullover fade. I'll put the name here. I can't remember. I casted this on one other time, and what happened was I got mixed up in the instructions and totally skipped a raglan section, and I just could not figure out how to tink back, like, or rip back in raglan. Anyway, I'm not like super, I've never knit a whole sweater top down. Yeah, top down. The two sweaters I've knit are bottom up, and so I hadn't done it, and so I didn't know how to like go back in the raglan, and so I just was like, I don't feel like doing this anyway, and I just ripped it out. And so last week I saw someone on Instagram. My mom brain is terrible today, and I didn't come prepared, so I'm going to put her name here, but she knit this pullover with, there's a version for crop sleeves, and she did a moss stitch on the sleeves, and I just couldn't even. I was like, I have to have that, and it lit the fire under me to recast it on. So I'm getting ready to start the section that I had missed out last time, that I totally skipped. So I am knitting this out of a fade that I got. Again, I cannot remember for the life of me. I didn't plan for this. And it's a coral. Oh, it's awake. Dang it. So it's a coral fade. It does these grays, and then it goes into these. There's one other. I can't find it for a second. So, yeah, I've been really liking it. I'm a little nervous that I accidentally casted it on size 4 needles instead of size 5 needles. Size 5 needles right here. I thought this was a 5, but maybe it's a 4. So, oops. I'm a little bit nervous. We'll see. I am knitting not the smallest size, the second size, because I wanted it to be a little bit, have a little bit more positive ease. But now I'm nervous. Okay. We've got new Olive. Hi. She just woke up, so we're just gonna finish this out. All I have is my acquisitions anyway, so guess we'll just get started with that again. I'm gonna start with the stuff that I got at our local yarn store, the one that's closest to me. It's called Woven Art, and it's in East Lansing, Michigan. And they were having their sidewalk I think it's their semi-annual sale. It might be annual, but anyway. So I got pretty much all of these on sale. The first one I got was this. It's this purpley. Love you. Purpley gray color. I haven't opened it yet, so I'm not really. It's like almost a brown purple. Sorry for the baby sounds. But it's a bulky weight. Hey. Yeah. You can't go play with it though. Hey. Here. What can you do? It's a bulky weight. So I want to do like a bulky, maybe cabled sweater with it. I think I'll have enough. So yeah, that's my plan for that one. I have this. This is just wool, like 100% naturally undyed wool, Crestone. It's 1,000 yards. I had planned to do a weekender. That's on my Make 9 this year, the Weekender by Andrea Mowry, and I thought this would be a really good yarn for that. So that's the plan for that one. The other one I got. Oh. And I got 5 of these Swans Lake sport weight. It's just like, it's actually a little more bright than it actually is in real life. But it's this beautiful like orange, auburny orange color, and I'm gonna do some sort of like short sleeved pullover. Yeah, you like to see yourself. What else do we have in here? Lily picked out some Cascade yarn for something. I don't know what. She picked out this. So I'm going to make something for her. Sorry you're having to listen to baby noises, but remember, I'm not making excuses anymore. So she picked out that. And yeah, so that's what I got from the sidewalk sale. I also picked up this at the same shop, but like maybe a month ago, like right after we moved in. First time I went at the shop, this is what I ended up with. Lily actually picked it up. I'm gonna do, I think, a cowl for her. So it's hedgehog fibers. It's her bulky singles. It's got these pinks and blues and purples and grays. So she picked that out. And then, let's see what else do I have here. So for my birthday, when we were out with Cassandra and Brian, we went into Spun. It's in Ann Arbor, Michigan. That's where we went out. We went and met. It's kind of halfway between where we live and where they live. So we went into the yarn store, and then we had dinner and appetizers and drinks. So she let me pick out a skein of yarn for her to get for my birthday. And so this is what I picked out. It's a Anzula. That's the dyer. And her cocoa colorway. This is an 80-10-10. So 80% superwash merino, 10% cashmere, 10% nylon. It's these beautiful like browns. I don't know. This is just like my color. Sorry, this is bald. I just love it. I think I'm gonna make a hat with it. Anyway, so I'm thinking I might do a Hunter Hammerson's pattern with it. Never knit any of her patterns, but I love them. They're just so beautiful. I don't know if it's gonna be too dark to look well in like a really patterned hat like that, but that's kind of my thought. And then with the rest of my birthday money, we went to a different yarn store. It's about 20-30 minutes from here, and it's called the Yarn Garden. It's in Charlotte, Michigan. And it is the cutest little shop. Everything's like garden themed. They have gnomes everywhere. If I have some video footage, I took some, a little bit, and I might like post it in at the end so you can see just a little bit of it. I didn't get all of the store, but she has this really cute wall. It has these little pots, and she puts minis in them, like little flower pots, and they have like mini skeins in them, and they're so cute. But she got a big shipment of Sweet Georgia worsted weight, and I just had to jump on it. So I got 5 skeins of this. I'm planning on doing Little Cabins by Boylan Knitworks. Out of this, her auburn brown, and then again it's like this. This is just kind of my color. It's like a brown, you know, different shades of brown. So I have 5 skeins of that, and that's my plan for that one. And Lily picked out this little kitty. It's one of those like little things you knit the hat and the kitties on the top. Like that. So she picked that out. So yeah, that's kind of what so far. I mean, I'm sure there's other things that I've picked up in the last 6 months, but that's kind of it for the big bulk of a lot of it. So I've been doing a little bit of dyeing. I'm not going to show any of it today because I'm actually going to over dye some of it because I just wasn't happy with like kind of the way that things turned out. But so I'm going to do some over dyeing, and maybe next time I'll show that. And yeah, other big things I've been working on. I'm getting ready to launch a blog. I've been working on it for like a month and a half. I'm just trying to build up enough content to launch it. So it's a little bit of crafting, it's a little bit of lifestyle, it's a little bit of baking. And yeah, so that's in the works. You'll be seeing some rebranding. I have a new logo and stuff. I'll upload. But yeah, I am working on that. I'm hoping to get it launched within the next few weeks. I'm really just trying to build up some content, so it's kind of like, alright, like there's like 3 articles on this blog. I'm trying to make it so it's not quite like that. So I'm working on content right now. Yeah, those are the big things. Since I had a little bit more I was going to talk about, but since Little Miss is awake, I think probably just say goodbye. You might be seeing some more videos from us. We'll be doing podcasting more often. And I am probably going to do maybe a little bit of vlogging. Just a little bit here and there. If you aren't following me on social media, you can do that. I'll make sure my little handles are here and also down in the description. I'm really active on Instagram, so that's where you can find me most of the time. I update my story quite often, and yeah, so check me out over there. But other than that, you will say goodbye. Can you say bye? You say bye. Thanks, guys. on Saturday. And here's Lily.
Mama.
Yes? Hi. Lily? No. Go watch your show.
No. We're being here when you to the video because I'm all on my own.
Okay, well, let's get your headphones.